I saw that video of them lifting up that truck and 30 fucking guys in there with like white masks on, they look like the fucking Klan, and it
Not far from it.
not far from it. And this weekend, based on a tip from a concerned citizen, 31 members of the far-right extremist group, the Patriot Front, were arrested from the back of a U-Haul just miles away from a Pride event in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, with plans and gear for a riot. They are now being charged with a misdemeanor for conspiracy to start a riot, but they are now out on bail. Among them that was captured was the alleged leader of the white supremacist group, 23-year-old Thomas Rousseau. Now, I know we all saw this video on Twitter and via social media and the news. I wanted to ask you guys, how did you react to this? And do you think there's a larger attack coming to us?
I mean, this is, I mean, it's just another wake-up call. It's another reality-setting moment. The Patriot Front is something that I believe, if I'm not mistaken, was involved with the January attack on the Capitol, and they are a group that is constantly being talked about, and this just proves that they're in action, and it proves that the supposed leaders are really leaders. And if people are showing up on repetition at these events or on this scale, it means that we have to be aware that it could happen anywhere and at any point in time. They chose a smaller parade to attack or to attempt to riot, and they were unsuccessful by luck. I mean, there's some supposed hearsay on exactly how the tip-off went down, but regardless, the fact that tip-off happened saved God knows how many lives and how many people, and prevented people from having, a bad experience, or having a ruined Pride experience. And these people are marching for their own rights. They're not marching because of who they are, who they sleep with. They're marching because they want the same rights as everybody else, and they want the opportunity to have those. And so when we have these kind of events, at the end of the day, it's really about us just living our best lives and living in our truths and having our moment in the sun. And they could have ruined that completely. And if there's any truth to it happening again, absolutely. These people were let out on bail. None of them had to stay. I mean, they all made bail, which is crazy. 31 individuals made bail. They were either ready for that, or they knew what they were doing, or they have a very good benefactor, which is even more scary, which means that there's somebody supplying them with these tools, these uniforms, these different things that they're utilizing to put fear in people. And the bigger question is if it's working or not. I think it really is. Whether they got caught now or later, if they attempt again, we really do need to keep our eyes and ears open.
Well, you know me, I got to start off with bullshit, because I think it's total crap that the fact that you're going to come purposely to cause a riot is only a misdemeanor. When you cause that riot and all hell breaks loose and there's other issues behind that, other things happen, that's not just a misdemeanor. You came there with the intent to do a lot more than just start the fire. Okay, you came to burn some shit down. No matter how you play it, how you look at it, you came to cause a ruckus and then some. So quite frankly, the 31 of them that got bonded out, like Angelique said, somebody had some money behind them to say, you know what, boys, don't worry about it. Because they said they were rather stoic and expectantly. They were trained and ready to be, taken in. So they didn't cause a fight. They didn't cause a big fuss. They just, okay, fine, take us in, bonded out like that. What is up with that? I have a problem with that. And then secondly, I hate to say it, but sad to say, yes, I do seriously believe there's going to be some shit going down when it comes time for the big parades and the big celebrations. And quite frankly, I know there are places that I cannot legally go into strapped, but the places that I can go in strapped, or the places I can hang out strapped, oh, my 45 is ready. Okay. And there are several magazines that say, you want to act a fool and play stupid games? I'm not the one. So I'm just saying, I don't want to see it happen, but in this day and age, there are too many stupid ass people out there that think that their way is the right way, or that they want to promote what they believe in and say screw everybody else, and they don't care what they do in the process. No, not the one, boo boo. So if you want to bring it, I'm here. But I'm saying it's crazy.
Absolutely, Ivan. I'm glad you got the energy, because this is the reason why I started this show, because I want things like this and conversations like these, something that we're not afraid to talk about, and also as well keep it on our minds. Because when I saw that video of them lifting up that truck and 30 fucking guys in there with like white masks on, they look like the fucking Klan, and
Not far from it.
Not far from it, and actually is. And this group was apparently, I heard they were, formed from was the Unite the Right rally back in 2016 or 2015 when they killed that girl. Like these people, these. I'm glad they caught them at the right time. They were committing a crime, so now everyone knows who they are because that's the one thing that they had going for them was the animate, the being masked. You didn't know who they were. And that's what the Klan had. You can say who they were, but now we know who these individuals are. I absolutely think there's a bigger plot or scheme coming longer down the road because I feel like this is like a test run. Them getting caught was nothing. Maybe
the warning
people
shot.
are going to be like,
it's
yeah,
like sharks.
right?
It's like shark's teeth. There's more behind these 31 idiots. There's thousands more behind these idiots. Unfortunately,
absolutely.
I watch
like
enough
we were saying earlier, a lot of them
to know that these are just the pawns. There is not there is a bigger fish in the pond running this, and there's an even bigger fish.
Think about it, Angelique. You just said something about like how they all bonded out, where that money come from. Of course, there is money behind this. Like just like every organization, either they're putting the money into it or someone else is as well. They are just a small fish. There's something going to happen because I think these people are getting bolder. Because with Donald Trump in office, makes people bolder. I feel like when the Russians did interfere with our elections, Trump was kind of their pawn and their ally. I'm just gonna say this: a legal note. This is not real, not based on anything. But it's just a theory because a lot of time the CIA their job is to go over into a country and destabilize that country. I feel like having Donald Trump in our office for 4 years destabilize our country to a point where this stuff is just going on like rampantly. And I don't think that, we wouldn't know if Hillary Clinton was the president. I feel like this man has emboldened these people to not be afraid. And there's also other politicians that are with the big lie in January 6th, like Angelique said earlier. This is the whole big thing, and they need to deal with this because they said that white supremacy was the biggest domestic terror threat in America, and we just saw that right now. 31 people going to a riot in bumfuck Idaho to start some shit, but they were going to make a statement if they got out. But they even made a statement there because people are afraid to probably go out. But like this girl I saw in the interview said, we cannot be afraid. We cannot be afraid of these people because that's what they want. That's what terrorism is, to make us afraid to be who we are. We're out of time for this topic. Unless anybody else has anything to say.
Let's just face it. Trump was the fox in the hen house, okay? And they want to put his ass back in there. Not going to happen. 2020, no.
Sheep's clothing.
2024, no.
Sheep's clothing.
2020, nothing. You're out.
The wolf in sheep's costume. It don't even look like a sheep. It's not a sheep. Ugh. It don't walk like a sheep. It don't talk like a sheep. It ain't no sheep. But it's dressed like one. It's like, like it's just not, it's cosplaying, but it ain't selling. It ain't giving.
And with that, we'll be right back. Follow our podcast page, Comic Jersey TV, here on Facebook and YouTube for more conversations on love, sex, relationships, and commentary on the latest trending news. And listen to us on multiple podcast platforms via comicjerseytv.buzzsprout.com.